Hello, so today I'm giving a presentation on having an esports team at Lincoln Way Central High School. A little overview of this presentation. We're going to go over what exactly esports is, how we can include esports into school curriculum. We're going to go over some things that are necessary, like equipment and space, to be able to run and have a esports team, and then we're going to go over some other schools with successful esports programs. I'm going to start off with some interesting facts about esports. The United States government actually officially recognized esports game players as professional athletes for visa purposes back in July 2013. Many universities now offer scholarships for esports. In 2015, prize money for esports events were expected to exceed $71 million. Ashton Kutcher actually recently invested in an esports startup. There are also a lot of celebrities and other athletes that own esports teams. The most interesting fact here is 2017 at the League of Legends finals. They had over 46 million viewers in attendance, and actually watching through streaming services like Twitch, and even it was on ESPN, I believe it was. The NBA finals that year had 31 million, and the MLB World Series had 18.9 million. So what are esports? Esports, or electronic sports, are team-based video games played in a competitive manner. And there are a variety of different games that could be played competitively, and also these competitive video games don't have to be like based off of traditional sports games. Like you got the NBA 2K franchise, which is supposed to emulate basketball, and then we got FIFA that's supposed to emulate soccer. So players, like the video game players, are not actually the only thing that goes into an esports team. You have to have coaches to be able to coach the team. There's broadcasters, so commentators and analysts that give play-by-play talks about everything that's going on. There has to be event planners, so actually, like people who actually set up the event. We need sound engineers, video engineers, IT support in case, because we all know how technology likes to fail on us every once in a while. We need someone to troubleshoot and fix a problem, and we also need an audience. So this is how we get esports into a school curriculum. The High School Esports League is the largest active league since 2012. Their mission is to provide an organized high school level esports league in a comfortable environment with healthy competition. We believe that esports should be available to every student as a legitimate varsity level sport in high schools across the nation. We want to connect high school gamers and clubs across the country, expanding the world of esports. So the High School Esports League, they assist faculty, staff, and students who want to bring esports to their high schools by providing resources and other materials needed to make that a reality. They also include like lesson plans that or how esports can be integrated into like a classroom. Like there's topics they give in their sample lesson plans about gaming appreciation, interpersonal communication, influence of culture, media, and technology. Also they also have ethics and marketing. Another organization that does something similar is the NASCF. Here is a picture taken from their website, just about how esports and the actual events that happen. There's different jobs that go along with esports that surround the player and the video games that are played. Also, the NASCF has courses that some schools are currently offering. They're actually integrated and taught as English classes that would count towards their graduation and accepted as prerequisites for college. They got game design for freshmen, entrepreneurship for sophomores, marketing for juniors, and organizers for senior English. And here are some kind of like benefits of why to have esports in high schools. So since esports is a team building activity, um, it helps with communication and coordination amongst athletes, just like how traditional sports work. It allows for a deeper level of interaction and trains efficient communication. These skills are and honed in game ready students for life. Um, like I said, there are scholarship opportunities for college that pays for esports players. It is a growing industry, so it only is going up after this. Many students who participate in esports take a deep interest in STEM fields just because of the amount of technologies included in esports. About 97% of the children in the U.S. are playing video games for at least an hour a day. So with all these video game players around, it does actually require kind of a level of creativity, because there are like problem-based objectives in many video games. It's not all just shooting other people. There's actually strategy, a lot of strategy that goes along with it. So more specifically for the Lincoln Way Central High School, we'll go over some things that we would need to be able to have a esports team. So we need somewhere or a space where the team can practice and just do general meetups. At Lincoln Way Central, there are multiple computer labs. So for budget purposes, we would probably use one of these labs in order to get practicing. One lab that we could do is like there's a computer lab where CAD classes are offered in. So this is how like the general layout of that classroom is. We have all the computers and tables, and then up here is the whiteboard. Attached to the ceiling, there's a projector that projects video and audio onto the whiteboard. This would be useful for getting gameplay and of our own students, and just watch other film of other players or other teams playing together. So when it's time to host another team for a meet, we could have it in the main gym. We could have right here in the middle just a setup of just tables, and the computers are all set up right here. You can bring out the blade chairs for the audience members, and then you have one of these walls and have like a projector screen on it, so we could broadcast the actual gameplay that's going on, so people know what they're actually watching. And with that, we need a commentator to help people understand exactly what's going on, and also to just bring up hype. So some things that we need for the actual esports team, we need some high power gaming computers, the monitors, peripherals. That includes keyboards, mice, mouse pads, headphones, webcams to be able to record the players' faces, because that's pretty common in esports culture, to have a live video recording of the player's face overlaid on top of the gameplay. We also need video game consoles for those who aren't really interested in computer games. So we need like PS4, Xbox, GameCube, Nintendo Switches, and we also need TVs because some of these systems aren't compatible with computer monitors. And for those who aren't really interested in actually playing, they might be more interested in like video editing. So we need audio and video recording and editing software. Again, we need that projector. We need chairs, more specifically gaming chairs and tables to put the video game consoles on and the other extra TVs. We need air conditioning because in a computer lab it's going to get hot in there because all the computers are running and creates heat. So we need something that would cool off everything so it's not burning in there and feels like a sauna. We also need a strong internet connection, preferably LAN, a wired connection. And that provides a more stronger and more stable connection to the internet as opposed to having Wi-Fi where usually or every once in a while we'll see like lag spikes and that's never fun. So since this this room is going to contain thousands of dollars of equipment, we need some way to protect this so no one goes in and stealing things. We could put a double security door lock on the door, so something like key card, and then also requires a pin to actually get in. We need lab attendants to maintain and keep everything clean and make sure everything's running smoothly. Obviously we need coaches and we need student managers to fill out the day-to-day. So some schools that have pretty good esports programs are, one is in DePaul. Right here you see they kind of turned one of the conference rooms into a kind of like a training area. So you can see it's a pretty simple setup. They just have a long table running across with all the computers on either side. Pretty simple setup. Here at Robert Morris University, they have a more sophisticated setup. This is because Robert Morris is one of the first schools in Illinois that started like the esports program. So they have a bunch of sponsors that provide chairs, headphones, PCs, monitors. And they also have lighting fixtures in here. Northern Illinois University, same thing. They have a small space, and they kind of just used with what they had. So their setup right here is kind of similar to like a computer lab at a library setup. You got the computers right here along with the monitor with the projector. And then here on this one, this is their esports area out in their Hoffman Estates campus. A little bit newer, they have a little bit more space where you got right here the actual PCs and people. One team right here and the other team right here. And then this other area is for like socializing or just other things. And that was it.